Come on.
There it is. You know, I could do a little what we used to call in radio back in the day. Matt Thomas from Parmalee's with me this morning, and I said, "Hey, Matt, I'm going to play a little bit of music." Way back in the day, the song that got me really turned on to Parmalee, and it was this.
And good God,
I left my dog up on the roof. I don't know how much of all that is true, but welcome, Matt Thomas. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. I will say that 100% of that song is based on true events. You know, we did put the dog on the roof in the video too. The first one we did, which is actually, I don't know if you've seen it. You can go to YouTube and search Parmalee Must Have Had a Good Time, maybe original video, and it's the one where we just moved to Nashville. It's a hoot, man. We did it all ourselves.
I loved it, and that's what made it so good too. I want you to know, it was like, wow, when that came out, how many years ago was that? I should know, and I don't. 10?
11? No, wait a minute. 2012. Yeah, 11 years ago.
Dude.
Right?
Right. Look at you, though. Wow. Here you are. You guys, of course, banging out the hits. I mean, it's Matt Thomas from Parmalee, and of course, you do this with your was it your brother,
cousin, best friend,
and I have to say, the first time I heard Parmalee, I'm like, is this some sort of a dessert or something? You know, that name, but come to find out, that was your hometown in North Carolina, right? South Carolina, North,
close to it, North Carolina, yeah, but it's spelled different, Parmele, and nobody on earth could pronounce that unless you're from the area. So we said, as weird of a word as it is, let's just change the spelling so that it at least looks like it sounds. and you know, it's just taken everybody within the last like 3 years to finally figure out how to say it, because everybody was Parmalee, and they weren't saying it right. So, but I think everybody knows it now, so that's great.
I have it right though. It's Parmalee, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But actually, how do you say it if you're from there?
Parmalee.
Parmalee.
So but I'm telling you, if you saw Parmele, there's no way you'd pronounce that right. So
Parmalee.
Hopefully everybody's on the same page now.
We are, and we all know you too. And we're talking today for a couple of different reasons, to find out where Parmalee is and what you guys are doing. And also, you're coming to town for a big show, and I'm so excited because you've been to Kegs before.
Oh yeah.
You've rocked the house. You know how to party. You had a good time.
Always.
And we're going to turn around and do it again on March 11th. And of course, we're going to be there. I'll be doing the presents. And you also mentioned off here that's your birthday week. So we're in for a big celebration.
It is, man. And we have a whole brand new show. I mean, especially since we had been a few years since.
Uh-oh. Well, we're talking with Matt Thomas from Parmalee. There,
I'm coming back at you. There we go.
There you go. There you go. Okay, I got
my alarm was telling me. Oh, I hit snooze or something. I don't know. But yeah, man, we got a completely new show. We're playing all the hits, the new hits. Got some new songs we're throwing in the set, some cover mashups. Just we've been really working on this thing and working on it to get it to where we are. And we've been going out we've gone out like 2 or 3 runs this month, and man, it's getting good. It's fun.
Awesome. And by the time March 11th hits, hopefully it'll be a little bit warmer. I think, where are you? Are you in Nashville right now?
I am, in a 70 here. I ain't gonna lie.
I was just gonna say, if I'm not mistaken, before I left the house this morning to come here to the radio station, I think somebody, I think I was watching GMA, and they said, yeah, the high in Nashville is going to be 80 today.
You know, it's tough because I wish the weather would make its mind up. I've already loaded my porch up with wood that I busted just so I could build fires, and now it's getting warm, and I'm like, I got to take it all back and put it under the shed. Or you know, we're going to be wearing shorts. What's going on here? I need some, you know.
Just cover it up. You're good. Throw a tarp over it. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
It needs to be seasoned anyways for a good fire.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, my thing was I already hauled it from the shed to the porch. So now I did all the work for nothing.
Well, I don't know. Hopefully you got like a 4-wheeler or something, a little wagon. You can throw it in there and take it out to the shed. So anyways, we're chatting with Matt Thomas. You know him from Parmalee and hit after a hit. So Parmalee's been around how long?
20 years, 21.
See, that's hard to believe. We were just talking about Must Have Had a Good Time, and you said that was like 10, 11, maybe 12 years. But Parmalee, you guys have been together for 20 years. Wow.
Yeah, crazy. Same 4 guys. Nobody has ever. It's always been us 4. And you know, we're family, so there's that dynamic. But I think it comes from just kind of going through it all of us going through it together. Everything we kind of started together. We struggled together. We all stayed together. Nobody left and dipped. We all been through the ups and downs, and I think it's it says a lot for us individually that we believe in each other and stick together. I mean, but hell, what else are we gonna do?
No, exactly right. But you come from a musical background, correct?
Yeah, my dad played. Mom's always listened to music. Josh's dad played, and we, Scott and I grew up. We were in my dad's band with him, and then when Barry got a little bit older, he was in my dad's band. So we were all in the band together, and just kind of, we were teenagers. We were just going to every back porch, every you call them pig pickings back home. Every party somebody said, "Y'all boys, come on, play." We're like,
come on, plug it and play. Come on, we want to hear something.
Yeah. That was the see the contract back in the day was they said that you have a flatbed trailer, and they'll run you a drop cord one, and all the pig you can eat and all the beer you can drink. That was what you played for. You didn't get paid anything.
No, but that was all right.
That was the best. Dude.
Somebody's offering up free booze and free food, man. I tell you that you're crazy to say no.
Especially when we were 16,
No, well, yeah, we don't need to go there. But yeah, I've heard those stories, by the way. So, Matt, we just need to keep those over here. But what a good time. Parmalee, you decided, why did you go with Parmalee? Because it's your hometown? I mean,
we were searching for names, band names, and we couldn't come up with anything. Everything was taken. And our manager at the time, he's like, "Why don't you just call it Parmalee?" He's like, "Nobody's gonna have that." I was like, "Yeah, you're right." And so we were like, "Okay, let's do that." And then we're like, "We have to change the spelling of the town's name, which was Parmele."
Yeah, that's what you said.
Nobody will ever pronounce it right. And so we changed the name, and come to find out, there's several that's the last name, Parmalee. Bernie Parmalee was a football player, Parmalee, Ohio, I think, or Parma. So yeah, just kind of stuck with us.
Yeah, that's it, and it's going to stick with you. You're doing really well. I do have to ask probably a question that everybody asks you in these type of situation, podcast or an interview. The pandemic. How did that affect you guys? I mean, being family probably actually helped out a little bit.
I mean, I know it hit hard for a lot of people. It was a blessing for us because for several reasons. One reason was that we could kind of take a break from each other, being around each other for 20 years. Mm-hmm. Every weekend, we always knew we were going to be together. And so once we figured out after about 2 or 3 months that we weren't going to be playing, we could kind of take a break. The other side of that was we were able to dig in and write songs. And so we wrote most of the songs on the current album For You were written during the quarantine. And it kind of gave us time to focus and work on socials and really get back in touch with all the radio programmers, because just the way it come out, which was the biggest blessing we could ever ask for, that song kind of carried us through the pandemic. Gave us content, and like I said, with calling everybody up from the radio stations and just kind of talking and saying, "Hey, how are you guys doing? What's happening your way? How things?" That was for us. I felt like it was a well needed break. We were able to get through it, thank God. And we were able to work and live. I live out in the country, so that was a blessing too.
Yeah, and you just mentioned this, but let me do something here.
I love you just the way God made you, girl. He don't make mistakes.
All the way to number one. All over the
imperfections I call beautiful,
huge. Just huge. Maybe I should play a little Name It and Claim It with you. Hang on.
Let's go.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
Let's see if you know this one. It's kind of a dumb question, but anyways.
Take my hand, let me make you mine. I'm through with.
Yeah. We're going to hear all these at Kegs, right?
Every one of them.
Yeah. All right, hang on. Let me do another one. Hang on. Let's see here. This is one of my favorites too. Here we go. Well, they're all my favorites. Here we go. God. Carolina. I wonder why you called it Carolina.
Hey, man. That song saved my life, dude.
There it is. And those are the great songs we're going to be hearing at Kegs. And like you said, some of the new ones as well. Tell us about the new album. Well, it's not really new. It came out like
I'm working on actually about to head to a co-write today. I've been writing a lot of songs, and Girl in Mine's. Sorry, I'm getting some water right now. Girl in Mine's, going to be definitely the lead single off the new project. So we're kind of finishing it up. But yeah, man, it's interesting when you go write songs and you're trying to figure out what's next, and you got to keep doing your thing. And I think we've kind of figured out what our thing is. You know, and starting with Carolina, that was the song for us. And you know, like you go through some humps, you have some swings and misses, and that's just being human, you know. And you try to kind of step back and look at things and just you know, I think for us, going back to the pandemic thing, it was a chance to say, okay, why did people connect with these songs and not the other songs? And let's focus on why they connected with these, and let's go down that road instead of trying to do something crazy or try different things. And I think as artists, as creators, your mind always wants to go do something different and something crazy, because that's where your mind lives all the time. But you got to really think about your fans and what they're expecting from you, and you try to deliver that as much as possible.
Now, you got a fam there, right? I mean, this is your place, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, now, correct me if I'm wrong. Do you have any little ones at home or no?
I don't. Barry does. Barry.
Okay. I know somebody did. Okay.
Yeah. He's a cool dude.
Cool. Whereabouts? You don't tell me exactly, but whereabouts are you in the Nashville area?
I live out west.
Okay.
You know, it's cool. When we moved to Nashville in 2011, broke as a joke. We didn't have any money. You know, we needed a place to rent, and we needed a jam space, and we needed parking for the trailers and the cars and the van. And we found this place outside of town, which at that point was not the most desirable place to live, because it was so far out of Nashville. But it's the same. I live in the same place now that we rented 10 years ago. The lady luckily sold it to me, and we've been able to fill the band houses. Everything happened here.
Nice. How was it when you gave up the trailer and the van and got yourself a bus?
Whew. I mean, I think in any band guy's career, that's the biggest. That's the one time where you kind of let the reins go. And for the longest time, it was just us four. I did all the booking. I handled the money. We had a local sound guy do sound, and then we maybe would hire somebody. A friend would do merch, maybe. But yeah, getting out here and finally getting a full crew, so we can get rest and we can work on writing songs instead of just, you know, worry about loading gear and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's a blessing, and it you know, it's not cheap, but that's why we put in those 10,000 hours before we got to Nashville. For that, you know.
Yep. And you've got the songwriting credits to help you out. You got all these songs that are on the radio. I mean, when you're driving around, you go to get, let's say you go down to get groceries and you hear your song come on the radio. I don't know what you really listen to in your vehicle, your truck or car. You drive a truck, I would assume.
Yeah, I got a F-250.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Nothing better. Love it.
Yeah.
Ford F-250. But you hear your song come on the radio. How do you feel? Do you just kind of, is it like, are you numb to it now, or is it going, man, dude, this is so cool?
No, we have a rule. It's like, you got to turn it up. You can't turn it. I mean, you got to realize how many years you just rode around in a car just praying for your song to be on the radio. Even more, a song on the radio in another state. We are just away in Japan, dude.
I saw that.
You know, I mean, it's tell anybody that. Like, I remember those days, and even when, you know, we might have had songs on the radio, and then you go a couple of years, you don't really hear anything on the radio. It's like it never goes away. You always want to hear your song on the radio, so turn it up. Don't ever turn it.
When you don't hear it, you want to hear it.
Exactly.
Wow. So if one quick question here, and I always ask the artists this. So I'm driving into Parmalee, North Carolina. Yep. I'm driving down the road. I'm driving into town. What's going to be the first thing that I'm going to see?
Got to go by and see Yellow Cat.
Yellow Cat?
Yellow Cat, yeah.
And
Yellow Cat. That's
Yellow Cat.
Yellow Cat. Yeah, you got to go to the store and ask for Yellow Cat. and he'll give you the lowdown on Parmalee and everything around there. Yeah. That's all you need to know.
Is that like right when you get into town, or where do you?
It's not really a town. It's just a crossroads.
I love it.
There's an old store.
Okay.
It was right by where the barn is. The barn is behind the store. The barn that we rehearsed in. And there's a little thing on the door that says Studio B. And the store used to be a store. I think they just work on cars there now. But the old lady there, she used to run numbers. She used to do the lottery. And she would buy us a case of Busch Light every Tuesday and Thursday. She would go down to the Walmart and get a case of Busch Light and then leave it in the store and sell it to us, you know, because that's what we'd practice.
How awesome is that, dude?
Dude, yeah. So she, you know, rest her soul, she passed away. But her son, Yellow Cat, he's the matriarch of Parmalee, if you would. He's a character. So
well, I'll have to remember that. Now, you just kind of give me some bearings. So Parmalee is where in North Carolina?
Parmalee is okay. So go right in the middle of the state.
Okay.
About an hour and a half inland from the coast.
Okay.
So a little bit on the northeastern side of it, but pretty much, a little bit north of Greenville, North Carolina, about 20 minutes north.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Right in the middle, near the coast.
All right. What about the new song that's on the radio now? Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh man, Girl in Mine is
yes.
crazy. I'm seeing it it's happening right now, man. The shows have been you can tell when it's being played on the radio because people are singing it more than you could just see it. It just goes and like it keeps going up and up and up. And we got a fun intro for it. But it's my favorite song to play at the show. It's just a lot of energy. Just getting some great like some metrics back on the song, which have been great to see about how people are really digging it. So
you ever get I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, do you ever get tired of playing any of your tunes? No. I mean, must have had a good time in the beginning, but do you still do that? Yeah,
we still play that. Yep. It's fun. It's fun to play. I mean, if hits make the show fun. I ain't gonna lie. Now if I was like Jason and had to play 27 number ones and had to mix them up just to get through them, good God. But I always say the hits are the funnest part of the show. I mean, it's always exciting when you see people sing back. I was going to say there can't be anything better. No better feeling than having your fans singing back to you or those in attendance. So that's the best ever.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you coming up on March 11th. I know you're going to be in Central New York. You'll be at Kegs. It's you've been there before. It's just outside the Q's. And of course, the Wolf's going to be there as well. Matt Thomas from Parmalee took a few minutes out of his morning to join me here this morning to tell us about the show real quick. And it sounds like it's going to be high energy. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. What about covers? Do you guys do covers?
Well, see, if I told you, I'd give the secret.
Okay,
Here's the thing about our covers is
yes or no?
Yes, we do. We have a bunch of mashups. You're not going to see any of these covers coming. Trust me. None of them you would, unless you've seen the show in the past couple of years, and we just added a couple new ones. You're not gonna guess that we play any of these.
Love it. Can't wait to see you, my friend. Next year we'll have a little birthday celebration too, and we'll have a cold one together. All right, it's Matt Thomas from Parmalee. Thanks for joining us here this morning. You can get back to your workout.
Thank you, man.
Go back to the sauna. Take care, my friend.
Later, man. Bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
See you.
Great time.